All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Online Sports Media. So, all right, as I'm taking a deep breath in this because it's a video that I've been holding on to and just really trying to formulate how I want to go by doing it. Now, so for me to start this off, I want to say that, and I think I alluded to it to one of my videos last week. And it's the fact of the matter is that the criticism of Stephanie White has seemed to break some kind of division amongst fans, podcasters. You know, I mean, I think people that criticize Stephanie White, we are being called twisties, saying that we twisting words of Stephanie White, Kelsey Mitchell, or other people in the media, Scott Agnes and Chloe Peterson and all of them. And then when content creators make videos of it, trying to, divvy into it, it's like that we stirring up the pot, or we creating drama into it and stuff like that, and saying, well, Stephanie White's a good coach and she deserves all the praise. But at the same time, if you take the praise, you got to take the criticism too, and it's part of the game. Now, I have won myself, play sports. I have coached. I have played football, baseball, basketball. I had 2 sons, 2 daughters that play sports, football, basketball, swimming, track, soccer. I have family members that have played sports. Sister played basketball, brother played basketball, uncle, cousin ran track. So that makes me what? I guess you could say a genetic freak. Well, maybe so. But that doesn't mean I know everything. Because I have that kind of experience, I have did it, that does not make me have the be my word is one word, because I have done this. Regardless of what, I don't disregard other people's feelings. Rather, if I disagree with it or not, I take it to account. Maybe I take what they say, go back and do some research, and say, okay, maybe this came out a little bit differently. We have seen time and time again that Stephanie White had always praising other players. But when it comes down to praising Caitlin Clark, she's always have to put other players in that category. Why Caitlin Clark just cannot have her shine by herself? Last year, we got on Chrissy Sides a lot. Till we wanted her gone. Nobody was championing for her. Well, there was a few, I think, but nobody was like, oh, she's a good coach. She doing this, she doing that. But then when she figured it out with Caitlin Clark, they got rid of her. Enters Chrissy Sides. All because Stephanie White, all because Stephanie White watched Caitlin Clark. That makes it right. That makes it where we can't criticize her. We have to go along. Yeah, sure, the Indiana Fever team was injury riddled this year. Yeah, they was. But guess what? Stephanie White had a better roster than Chrissy Sides last year, and Chrissy Sides she brought the team to the playoffs last year. Yeah, they had a 2020 record, but they struggled because they was all getting to know each other. This team had a year together: Leah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hall, and Kelsey Mitchell. They had a year under this, so they was already accustomed to playing with each other. Other pieces didn't. See, last year, everybody had to get it. Kelsey Mitchell came into preseason hurt. Dantas was out hurt. Timmy Fan Balin. All of them had to get accustomed to playing with Caitlin Clark. It was a big adjustment period, but they figured it out. But the same criticism that we give Chrissy Science, why we can't give the same to Stephanie White? Why it can't be we can't criticize Stephanie White? Why it can't be to say, well, you know what? Stephanie White isn't coaching the way she needs to coach. We already know that she's not. Yeah, this team had battle. This team had been injured. But guess what? Stephanie White doesn't have a clean history either. See, might have a better coaching career, a long coaching career than Chrissy Science because Chrissy Science was an assistant. The Fever was her first chance to get a coaching job. Stephanie White, what? Coach Vanderbilt, got fired, came back, took over Connecticut for 2 years, was about to get fired. Then you took on Caitlin Clark. But let me show y'all something real quick. Because this is where, this is where I feel like if you're a coach and you're coaching Caitlin Clark, yeah, she can be coachable. But you have to design the offense to her, not to Kelsey, not to Aaliyah, not to Tasha, not to RZ Sims, not to Eric McDonald. None of them. It has to be one. That's Caitlin Clark. The great Coach K, who coached Duke and the Olympic team, said it himself. And he knows more than pretty much anybody who ever coached at the lower level on up. He knows more. He did it. He don't coach the best of the best. So I take his word as law. Same thing with Lisa Bluter. She gave Caitlin Clark the keys to the castle. Chrissy Sides didn't want to in the first half of the season, but then she turned around. She did it in the second half of the season. And guess what? The Indiana Fever took off. They took off. So let's listen to what Coach K had to say, because I guess y'all forget that Coach K is him.
XM show that I had for 20 years. And when she was a senior at Iowa, I had her on my show. And it's on radio, a podcast. It's a Sirius XM show, but it goes all over. And but we do it by Zoom, so you get a better conversation. She was terrific. And it'd be easy to build something on her because she's the best thing she does is pass. She's a magical passer, and she has a great feel for the game. So, I mean, what her coach did, I would have done exactly what she did. Make sure she handles the ball a lot, and she'll make everybody better. And what I was amazed with at how she's handled all the defenses, and then when she got into the WNBA, some of the negativity that was out there, or jealousies. And I think she's just been remarkable. Just remarkable. She's a really good basketball player. Yeah.
All right, so that was Coach K. And if you dispute what Coach K say, then something's wrong with you. See, it don't matter what level you at. You understand ball. Coach K say, I would have did the same thing that Lisa Bluter did. Guess what? Chrissy Sides did it in the second half. Stephanie White didn't do it. She wants to run everything around here. Because guess what? If we twist in her words, then why say, oh, well, the main priority is Kelsey Mitchell wasn't like last year. We want to build around Kelsey Mitchell. She didn't say Caitlin Clark. So how are we twisting her words? How is her words getting twisted if she literally said that in there? You can't decipher it. You can't rearrange it. You can't not say, oh, she didn't mean it that way. Because the thing about it is you hear what you want to hear. When a person says something straight out their mouth and you take it into as accountability, and you're like, well, why she would say that? See, the thing about it is that we already know what it looks like. Coach K just said the best thing Caitlin does is pass the ball. We have seen Caitlin went on Sue Bird, just talked about it, said she got in trouble for making a bad pass, and then when she had a fast break, it killed her for not getting the Kelsey Mitchell. She had to rearrange herself. See, you could go back and look at Connecticut from last year. Lissa Thomas had a great season last year, but guess what? It was the same thing. She had a breakout season like she never had before in her career when she went to Phoenix. Triple doubles all over the place. She ain't really got all of that much over there with Stephanie White. Guess what? You have Veronica Burton over there, and look what Veronica Burton did at Golden State. So your philosophy for basketball, regardless of what kind of coach you is, if it's not working, you have to change it. That's all we're saying when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Change it, fit her style, and let everybody else. You got to make everybody else play her, come to her, not her coming to them, because you messing her game up and you having her go all over the place. Let me show y'all something real quick too. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick because what I do, I always look up information all the time. And so during the 2024 season, Chrissy Sides led the Fever to the first playoff berth since 2016 and was named Coach of the Month of August. Stephanie White hasn't been named Coach of the Month, none this year. All been in the running for Coach of the Year either. The team fired her after the season despite success, hiring Stephanie White as her replacement in 2025. White led the Fever to the semifinals, but the Coach of the Year award went to Natalie Nakase. All right, so look, this is Chrissy Sides. Led the team to the playoffs with a 2020 record, achieved a record, and put the team in the playoffs for the first time since 2016. With the team that they had, the Erica Wheelers, the Christy Wallace, Veronica Saxon, the Alyssa Smith, and the Katie Lou Samuelsons and stuff. Tammy Finn-Bailey, with that group right there. She earned Coach of the Month for the first time in the Fever franchise. No, she was the first head coach in Fever franchise history to be named Coach of the Month after guiding them to a 5-1 record in August. Now, she was the first. Stephanie White been there before. She never got Coach of the Month in the Fever as a Fever head coach. Well, guess what? No Fever head coach got it. Not even Lynn Dunn. Development talent, oversee the development to back-to-back Rookie of the Years. Development top talent, oversee the development to back-to-back WNBA Rookie of the Year, Leah Boston and Caitlin Clark. Improved team performance after a slow start at 1-8. Sides turned the team around to finish strong, with the team holding the third best record, 18-9, from the month of June to September. Now, I know what y'all going to say. Well, Stephanie White had a bunch of injuries, but guess what? They won the Commissioner Cup too with a bunch of injuries. And look what Stephanie White, what Chrissy Sides did. So to me, Chrissy Sides didn't do anything different, no different than Stephanie White didn't do no different what Chrissy Sides done. Now we look at Stephanie White's. Guided the Fever to the semifinal for the first time back in Fever franchise history with an injury-depleted team. They achieved all of that after Caitlin Clark was sidelined for the injury. Reached the Commissioner Cup Finals, went 8-4 under White leadership to win the Commissioner Cup. Improved offense and defense. Told the team added veteran key free agents and development. Coach of the Year and Coach of the Month. She got Coach of the Year snub despite her team in the semifinals with significant injuries and stuff like that. She also got snubbed for Coach of the Month, overlooked in July as Coach of the Month despite an 8-4 record in the Commissioner Cup. The award went to Cheryl Reeves in the Lynx. So, with that being said, there is no difference between neither of the coaches. None. It's none. And I know this video is going to be a little long, but I just got to point out some stuff. Don't come after us because we criticize Stephanie White because we had the same criticism for Chrissy Size. I'm about to show y'all something else real quick. About to show y'all something else real quick. Hold on. All right, cool. Let me see. I need to get that out of there. All right, so here we go. Chrissy Size. And now this is both teams' offense and both teams' defense at this time. So, as a coach, Chrissy Size averaged 87.3 points a game in 2024. Defensively, her team defensive rating was 102.2 on 100 points per session. Now, that's not good. That is not good. Offense. The team was averaging 87.3 points per game during August 2024. That led the league in scoring with an average of 89.7, almost 90 points per game during that time. The defense rating for the team season was 102.8 per 100% possessions, ranked in the 11th in the WNBA. Now, for Stephanie White, during her season, her team averaged 84.9 points per game. If you had Caitlin Clark running that, if Caitlin Clark wasn't injured, her points probably would have went up. But still, you still struggled because of the lineup that you had. Because guess what? You probably wouldn't have had all of the hardship players at all either. So, but her defense rating was 104.1 at the same time. So I'm saying this to say that Chrissy Size had a better offense than Stephanie White. Regardless of the injuries and all of that. Stephanie White had a better defense than her. You know what I'm saying? Her defense was high. But I guarantee you this, if Chrissy Size had a year or two under there, I guarantee her defense would have been better. Her points, the team would have been averaging 100 points. Guess what? She played Kelsey Mitchell. She played Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Lexi Hall doing a lot of minutes last year. And they didn't even get injured. They didn't even get injured. She didn't put them in situations where they was getting them run down all the time. Stephanie White criticism is fair. Whether y'all like it or not, it's fair. But because we dissect what they saying, say what you mean. If you say, hey, I want to build this team around these players, then we would have say, okay, then she's included them. Well, when you signal out one player, then it makes it seem like you have your own agenda. You know what I'm saying? It makes it seem like you have your own agenda, and then you don't care about the other players. You praise everybody else. You literally just said Caitlin Clark 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 3 threes in 38 seconds was a streak. Well, how many times last year she did that? Matter of fact, the Fever went on a 5-game winning streak last year. They had a bunch of winning streaks, same as this Fever team. So you can't sit there and say diminish a player like Caitlin Clark just to up somebody else. You know, I don't get it at all why people just continue to, can't have fair criticism. I'm going to criticize her, whether y'all like it or not. That's just me. I'm not going to be somebody that's just praising her like she can't do nothing wrong. And that's not even the case. And we give it to Chrissy Size, guess what? Stephanie White damn sure could get it. Phil Jackson could get it. Bill Belichick has gotten it. Fair or unfair. Mike Tomlin has gotten it. Matter of fact, let me give y'all a perfect example. Mark Jackson was coaching the Golden State Warriors. Enter Steve Kerr. Guess what? They just put more people around Steph Curry, but kept Steph Curry still played the same. He still played the same. So why would you change your star player just to fit your style when your style doesn't work for that player. Kelsey Mitchell and Odyssey Sims has the most greenest light than Caitlin Clark. But as soon as Caitlin Clark does something wrong, she gets chastised for it. You don't see nobody else getting chastised. You don't see nobody get pulled on the sideline, or Stephanie White goes over there and sit down to them and talk to them what they did wrong. Same way we got on Chrissy side for grabbing up on Caitlin Clark last year and everything like that. You don't do that in the moment. You can pull on sideline and talk to her and y'all point and she see things. That's different. But just sitting there talking to her, explaining to her about something she did wrong, and just say, hey, you did this, you should have did that right there. But Stephanie White Eagle is so big, and she got people thinking that she's going to bring the Fever a championship. The only way you get a championship is you got to have Caitlin Clark. And if you're not going to play Caitlin Clark's style, then they're going to get it. Now, with all that being said, there's alleged rumor going out right now that Steve Simon has pulled Stephanie White, Emma Cox, and Kelly Kristoff into the office and told them, this is Caitlin Clark team, whether y'all like it or not. And if y'all can't do it the way I asked y'all to do it, then guess what? Y'all have to seek some unemployment. Now, for what I have heard, that Stephanie White wasn't happy about it, but guess what? I bet money Stephanie White won't make it past. The only way she her job is saved, the Fever has to go to the championship. If they get put out in the playoffs again in Caitlin Clark's third year, she won't be there. She will be 2 years in, and that's it. Because they will get somebody to really change this fortune of this team. So y'all can sit there and say, I'm not into that twisties or that drones type of thing. I'm going to do my commentary the way I see fit. You don't like it, don't comment on the channel. But if you have your reasons, comment. Me personally, I'll comment back, but I'm not going to get upset about it. Everybody has their own opinion about stuff. When stuff is right there in your face, that's proof. Look into it a little bit more. I watched it. I did a live on it. Everybody's talked about it. She said what she said. You can't twist words than when it's all factual right there in your face. You can't. You can't at all. And being mad about it and and say, oh, why? I don't know why Stephanie White getting all this hate. Well, guess what? I don't know why Chrissy Sides got all that hate. Because it's the same thing. The only reason why Chrissy Sides got so much hate because she had bad in-game adjustments. Bad in-game adjustments. We used to have leads, big leads, and end up blowing it in the second half because she didn't make the right adjustments. And that's not her fault too. Also, she didn't have a great personnel. She didn't have great players that come off the bench. They made trades. They got rid of Celeste Taylor. They shouldn't have. Stephanie White, she gets all these hardship players where you could have got a viable backup for Leah Boston to save Leah Boston out of foul trouble because Natasha Howard wasn't good because she was getting cooked all over the floor. You got Odyssey Sims shooting 1 for 19, and you said that her gravity was the momentum switch in the game. You shoot 1 for 19, what gravity that you having? The only person that got that kind of gravity is Caitlin Clark. Because guess what? She's going to make it shift. Nobody's shifting to checking for no Odyssey Sims. Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston was the best back duo, scoring duo in the WNBA last year in the second half. I'm sure that would have picked up this year, but maybe not. Like I said before, the Stephanie White criticism is warranted. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it, but at least be more objective about the situation instead of just saying, oh, I can't take no more Stephanie White criticism or she won't fire or we out here just drumming up content just to get paid. Nah. For me, nah, it's not even like that. I have a good community out there that loves my channel and loves the work that I do. And it's not about money for me. I just love content. But I'm going to talk my truth about it, whether you get mad or not, because that's who I am. Like I say, I have just as much experience doing certain things than anybody else. But guess what? That does not make you right because you have that experience. I'm just sorry. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Leave your comments below. I'll get back at you. Live Wire Sports, Motivational Monday. I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire. Sports and entertainment. Let's go.